What position was the first player playing?
6.
Okay, so playing shortstop, and she got a single, and then Hannah, who was the next batter? What? Okay, yeah. I'm going to be playing catch-up here, but I'm going to try to do it, Bulldog fans. It's 0-1 at the plate, and she's playing what position? Strike 2 called after the foul ball. She's playing first. Who's third batter? Pam? Here's the pitch, swing, and his little ground ball back to the pitcher. She gets her, and they throw across the first. So a good play by Maddie Martinez, who is in the circle for the Bulldogs. As she gets the lead runner, picks up the ground ball to her, throws it to third, and gets the out. And what is she playing, Pam, number 12?
5.
Who's next? Number?
1.
And she's playing?
8.
And who's next? Number?
6.
So at the plate with a ball 1 is, I'm not sure who yet. So number 6 is playing what position?
2.
Sorry, fans, I'm just trying to catch up here. Bulldogs got 1 hit, but no runs in the bottom half. Now they've got a runner at first and second with 1 out due the Silver City Fighting Colts. And who's after number 6? Number 3, that's a pop fly in the infield. Well, it's going to blow back, and catching it. Oh, she dropped it. Oh, no. That was the catcher, and that wind playing havoc, but it hit her right in the glove. What position is number 2 playing?
Number 3. Number 2 is playing 3.
They ever play with this one?
15 is playing 9. And 8 is playing 7.
Here is the pitch on that foul ball. After the foul ball, that's a swing, and that's going to be another base hit. Goes into right field. Coming up, oh no! Nobody was at first. That's an error on us in left field as she threw it to first base and nobody was there. Haley Tucker throws it, just come up throwing, so a run scores. Oh my goodness, I'm really messed up here. Number 15 is playing what?
9.
And is there anybody else batting?
Number 8 is playing 7.
Okay, I finally got my stuff in order here for the, I'm gonna try, as there's runners on second and third. There's a cut down the left field line, foul, for a foul ball strike. So 1 run has scored. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Next pitch, ball, oh, she called it a strike, so it caught the strike zone. And the next pitch up and coming from Maddie Martinez. Down and in, ball 1, so 1-2 now the count. And here is the wind, or getting ready for the wind in the pitch. Swing, it's a chopper back to Maddie. She fumbles it around but picks it up, throws it over in time, and that is out number 2. So the next batter coming to the plate. Can you tell who's on second with her long ponytail? Is it number 1, Hannah Beta? And who's on third? All right, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Okay. So at the plate is Vanessa Lucero, and she is the number 5 hitter in the lineup. They lead 1-0, 2 down. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I think there's 2 down. I know there's 2 down. Just trying to figure out where they got the second out. Did the Bulldogs get it? Here's the pitch, right down the middle, strike 3, and that will end the side. And I can't tell who that is that's going in. I need to watch her all the way out. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back after this timeout.
Our water rights in southeast New Mexico are our most precious resource. But Steve McCutcheon doesn't care. He got caught red-handed for lying, cheating, and stealing our water and is under a cease and desist order from the state of New Mexico. He originally applied for a livestock water permit. Then he switched to a personal use permit. But the whole time, he was selling it commercially to the tune of 2.7 million gallons of water. He knew exactly what he was doing. In August of last year, he got caught, but he has yet to pay back what the state has ordered, over 5 million gallons of water that he owes to the people of Eddy County. To steal drinking water for profit hurts us all. To do so brazenly speaks to the character of Steve McCutcheon. Character matters. This election, say no to a candidate with character so corrupt he would steal our water to line his pockets. Say no to Steve McCutcheon.
Paid for by the committee to elect Larry R. Scott.
All right, Bulldog fans, I'm back, and coming to the plate will be our number 4 hitter in the lineup. Actually, well, shoot. There's ball. Oh, called a strike. I thought it was ball 2, but called a strike. So 1 and 2 now to Caden. I'm still trying to get the that last inning fixed. Here's the pitch, swinging, and a ground ball hard right at the second baseman. She picks it up, fires it first, and there's out number 1 on the ground out. 4-3 for scoring at home. So 1 down for the Bulldogs, and coming to the plate will be number 7, Kinsley Rodriguez. Her first at bat here against the pitcher. So she'll step in. Getting this game started as fast as they could. It got me way behind. There's a little flare off to the right side, but that'll get out of play for strike 1 on the foul ball. So Ariel Alvarado is pitching, and I don't really know if I got the rest of them in. I think I do. Catching is Lucero, Rueda, Ruiz, Lopez, and Sanchez from third to first. Sanchez, Abeda, and Nemeth from left to right. And again, Alvarado pitching. Here's the pitch, low, bounces up there, ball 1. So 1-1 now to Kinsley. Michaela Lujan on deck, and Elizabeth De La Riva, the DH, in the hole with Haley Tucker. Batting after her, I gave you too many. Ball 2 up high and outside, 2-1 the count. As Pam fighting the wind, trying to give me some shade here on this stuff so I can see the computer screens. It's hard in this sunlight, but she's holding that down and in. Ball 3, so 3-1 now to Kinsley. She's holding that umbrella like a champ. Thank you, Pam. 3-1 the count. We lost our covering as the people that owned it came and got it. Somebody for the school said, no, we have to take it. So they took down the tent we were sitting under. Here's the wind in the 3-1. Swung on, ground ball. That's a base hit, seeing eye single. Leadoff single for Rodriguez, and she hustles down. The right fielder came up throwing, but not there in time. So Kinsley gets the single with 1 out between second and first. And that'll bring Michaela Lujan to the plate. Lujan, if you didn't know about it, she hit a walk-off 3-home run shot in the morning game against the Lovington Wildcats in the bottom of the 9th. Had to go to extra innings. All right, she steps in, first time to face. She hits a rope. Well, it turns into just a bloop fly with that air blowing, and she's going to round as the left fielder dove at it. Lujan will go into second and into third safely. is Rodriguez. She had to wait and see if it was going to fall, and it did. So she goes into second on the double, and she goes into third, and Lujan into second on the double, which will bring to the plate for the Bulldogs number 18, Elizabeth De La Riva, playing the DP. She'll step in with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Good pitch there from Alvarado. Ariel Alvarado, the pitcher, and Vanessa Lucero, the catcher for the Silver City Fighting Colts. They fell to Gallup in their game to get to this point. Ground ball, third base. She'll pick it up. Foul. Just foul. So foul ball, strike 2 on Elizabeth. Tucker on deck and Morrison in the hole for the Lady Bulldogs. They've got 2 runners in scoring position. They need to get these runners across and take the lead. It's 1-0 Silver City here in the top of the second. Bulldogs are the visiting team in this ball game. Here's the pitch, down and in, ball 1. So 1-2 now, the count to Elizabeth. Great day for the Bulldogs so far. We've got 2 state champions in track. I'll tell you those in a minute. Here's the pitch, down and in, ball 2. 2-2 now to Elizabeth De La Riva. Zane Bays wins the mile with 4:25. He's the state champion. And Soto, and I can't think of his first name now, Marco Soto, that's down and in, ball 3. So after getting 2 strikes, De La Riva has battled back with 3 straight takes, and it is full the count now with runners at second and third, and we need to get them in. Bulldogs been leaving too many runners on the base path, and I know they would say that. Here's the pitch, swing. It's a slow roller to the shortstop. She's going to go home with it, so they got her in a rundown. And diving back in, but out at third base. Doggone it. So Kinsley got off too far, and that slow roller to the shortstop. She went fielder's choice. They get Kinsley in a rundown. 6-2-5 for the out. And so staying at second base. And there's ball 1 to Haley Tucker. And that don't look like Tucker. That look, well, I'm not sure what I did wrong on my lineup. I'll have to figure it out. Swing and a miss. That looks like number 13, Zoe Warren. All right, so De La Riva at first. Lujan at second. Here's the pitch. Called strike 1. So Zoe Warren at the plate. And so my lineup, I did something wrong putting it in. But I'll get Zoe in there if I can find her on my lineup card. There she is. She now has a 2-1 count as that ball missed. So 2-1, runners at first and second now with 2 outs. Zoe looking to get one of these runs in to tie this ball game up. Here's the pitch. That's low and away. Ball 3-1. Silver City fans did not like it. I can hear them from all the way up here. But it's a ball, so 3-1 the count to Zoe. Here's the pitch, swung on. That's going to be a base hit in left field. Oh, the center fielder chased it down and made a great play. I thought that was going to get down. It was pushed to her by the wind. And so out number 3, and the Bulldogs unable to get anybody in after getting runners on. 2 hits, but no runs, no errors, and 2 runners left on the bases. It is 1-0 Silver City as we go into the bottom of the second.
At UNM, Lobos are building the future every day. Together, we're reimagining water sustainability, engineering the future of healthcare, pushing for progress, and inspiring a generation of minds. Ignite your future at apply.unm.edu.
Hey, I've had a few drinks. Can you give me a ride home?
Save us all. Make that call. Never drink, then drive.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
right field, right? All right, we're back here as the Bulldogs back on the field defense, and there is strike one. Did you see who the number was, Pam? I'm going to try to figure out who this runner is. There's ball one, so 1-1 now the count. I've got a bunch of people walking in front of me, but it's a walk area, so nothing I can do about it. Where I'm at out here in right center field. The pitch swung on, fouled off to the right side for strike two. Don't know what to do here because it's not number 2 at the plate, right? You think it's number 15? Pam, can you tell? Okay, here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and she got her. And I'm going to stare down there and try to figure it out. Out number 1 on the strikeout. And I think that batter may have been Sophia Nemeth, the right fielder. So she swings and misses. And let's see, I think I can do this, skip a batter. All right, there's a pop fly, and coming and getting it, Haley Tucker from right field. Good play. Number 15 just popped out? Okay. So who was batting then? The one that got struck out, it must have been number 2. Okay. So we have 1 out. There's 2 outs. Yeah, but I messed up because you undo. Okay, there's a swing and a pop fly to shallow infield, and there's the 3rd out. They go down 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to fix my book. Thanks for bearing with me. We're going to go into the top of the 3rd. There was no hits, no runs, no errors for Silver City. No errors on the Bulldogs, and the score remains 1-0. We'll be back.
This is Senator Stephen McCutcheon. My family's been ranching in southeast New Mexico for a long time. We've learned the value of faith, hard work, and honesty. I knew this campaign would be tough, but I never thought my wife and children would be attacked and my character questioned. My opponent, Larry Scott, is shamefully accusing me of stealing water. In reality, I published that water notice publicly and have nothing to hide. Larry simply can't defend his record and trying to draw attention away from that fact. He consistently votes against our values, raising taxes 8 times, implementing critical race theory, and a 10-year record of open border policies. Just like I learned on the ranch, character is taking responsibility for your actions. Larry, it's time to face the music. We cannot defend our children, jobs, and way of life with behavior like this. To you, the voters, I've never lied to you, and I never will, period. Join me, Conservative Senator Stephen McCutcheon, in defending our way of life. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
This is KSVP and K229AS Artesia.
Okay, we're back here to start the top of the 3rd inning as the Artesia Bulldogs come to the plate with the leadoff batter, number 2, Kenna Morrison. It is 1-0. Silver City over the Bulldogs. This winner moves on to the state championship game tomorrow morning. First pitch, too low, ball 1. The pitcher, Ariel Alvarado, has given up 3 hits but no runs. Bulldog pitcher, Matty Martinez, has given up 3 hits, 1 run. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, foul, down the 3rd baseline for strike 1. 1-1 now the count to Kenna. So I think I got my book all squared away, hopefully. Bulldogs have left 3 base runners. Silver City has left 2, but Silver City got a run across and lead 1-0. Both teams have had 3 hits, as I said. No errors on either team, and we're in the top of the 3rd, 1-0 Silver. Leadoff batter, Kenna Morrison, leading things off. She's up to bat. Here's a swing. Foul tips it right into the catcher. And that might have hit her between the mask and the... Well, it might have hit her mask down into her chest plate. Kind of shook her up, so she's going to walk it off. We're going to give her a chance to shake that off. Big day for the Artesia Bulldog baseball team. They're back in the state title game for the first time in a few years as they defeated Goddard in 9 innings. 8-5 was the final. The Lady Bulldogs had a 9-inning complete game this morning, defeated Lovington 10-9 in walk-off fashion, a 3-run walk-off home run by Michaela Lujan. We've had 2 state champs over at the track meet. As Zane Bays, he gets the wins the state championship in the mile with the 425 and winning the Zane's a junior, and Marco Soto wins the state championship, a sophomore, in the shot put. Strike called, and that's out as she watched it go by. Called strike 3. So that'll bring Perseus Aguilar to the plate. She's 0 for 1. She hit into a fielder's choice her first time through. Artesia baseball team in the state championship tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I said it like that looking at my wife. I don't know if she realizes. First pitch called, strike 1 on the outside corner to Perseus. We'll be calling that game, KSVP Radio and KSVPTV.com, YouTube and Facebook as well. Hopefully we're calling the state title game for the Bulldogs tomorrow, and it'll have to be a doubleheader as the Bulldogs will have to defeat Silver tonight and then Gallup twice tomorrow. That ball rolls up there for ball 1 to Perseus. 1-1 to count. First game was at 10 in the morning, then 1 o'clock, I believe, is the second game. And then, of course, the Bulldogs playing at 4 at Santa Ana Star game. And Gene's telling me, remember in today's baseball, Whitmire hits an inside the park home run, game tied 5-5, top of the 5th. And there is an out at first. I was looking down, reading, where did that ball get hit to? 6-3? Pam's trying to call it by the numbers now. I'm getting a kick out of it. She's doing pretty good. So I look down at Gene's text, and the ground ball to the shortstop is out number 1 in the, sorry, it's out number 2 in the inning. 6-3, shortstop to first with the put out. So with 2 outs, the Bulldogs have to get a 2-out rally going. Kinsey Carlos stepping in. She's 0 for 1. She grounded out to the third baseman her first time through. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball 1, a little high and outside. So Gene was reminding me, and I had forgotten that, Whitmire hits an inside the park home run and tied it up 5-5 in the top of the 5th, and then the Bulldogs going on to win. And there's a line drive. The right field, that's going to be an extra base hit. It goes into the corner. She'll round first. Look at second. Rounding her is the coach going to third base. There's going to be a throw there, but she's going to be in there safely, sliding in with a 2-out triple. Kinsey Carlo. Nice hit right down the right field line. Made it to the corner. She slides into third base. And so the Bulldogs do not want to leave her there stranded. She represents the tying run. It's 1-0 here in the top of the third. Silver City with the lead, but coming to the plate is the pitcher, Maddie Martinez, batting in the cleanup spot. She's going to help her own cause here with a base hit or more. Here's the pitch. Swing, and it's going to be a high fly ball out to the right fielder, and that's going to end it. Doggone it. So the pop fly on the first pitch out to right field, and she was basically didn't even almost have to move. And so the Bulldogs leave another base runner on the base pass. 1 hit, but no runs, no errors, and 1 runner left as we go into the bottom of the third inning. 1-0, Silver. We'll be back.
Transparency and accessibility. Those 2 words are what you deserve out of your sheriff's office in this county. I'm Matt Hutchinson, and I'm running to be your next sheriff in Eddy County. I'm proud to have served Eddy County for the last 17 years, with the last 2 years as undersheriff with Sheriff Mark Cage. We have a proven record of enforcing the law and fighting for your rights. I'm asking for your vote so that we can continue the excellence you have come to expect in Eddy County.
Paid for by the committee to elect Matthew Hutchinson Sheriff. Kim Ballard, Treasurer.
Whether on the field or buying or selling your home, a winning team makes all the difference. Let Roger and Ramona Kilpatrick of Berkshire Hathaway in Artesia earn your business and help you score big. They can help you find the home of your dreams. And if you're selling, they have years of experience to get your home sold quickly and professionally. Run it into the end zone. Call and schedule your meeting today, 575-616-2430, or stop by the office at 408 South 1st in the building with the Bulldog mural. Roger and Ramona Kilpatrick, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Enchanted Lands Realtors in Artesia, proud supporters of Bulldog Sports.
All right, we're back here in the leadoff batter, the top of the order. Maria Ruelaz, the shortstop, steps in. She's 1 for 1, led off with a single out the right field. Left-hander, here's the pitch. Called, strike one on a good changeup from Martinez. Maybe a curveball, but definitely a change of speed. So Ruelaz steps back in. On deck is Lopez, and in the hole, Rueda for the Fighting Colts from Silver City. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball one. 1-1 now the count. Martinez in the circle. Aguilar, her battery mate. Apodaca, Lujan, Carlo, Rodriguez, first to third. Tucker, Morrison, Warren, right to left. And the 1-1. High, ball two. 2-1 now the count. As Ruelaz steps back in on the left side. Martinez with a 2-1 count. Takes a look in to Aguilar. Gets the pitch and the wind and the pitch. Swing. It's a ground ball to second base. Pick it up. Throw it to first. And there is out number one. Nice play. Lujan to Apodaca. 4-3. And one down. So that'll bring Braylon Lopez to the plate. The number 2 hitter in the lineup. She is 1 for 1. They hit back-to-back singles to lead things off in the bottom of the first, and they ended up getting 1 run across. So they lead 1-0 and have led that way since the bottom of the first. We're now in the bottom of the third, and Lopez steps in right side to face Martinez for the second time. There's the pitch. A little bit high and outside, ball one. On deck is Rueda, and in the hole of Beta, the 3-4 batters for the Colts from Silver City. Here's the 1-0. Down low, ball two. Skips away from Perseus, so she'll go pick it up and get it back to the pitcher, Martinez. So the third game today for the Lady Bulldogs, and they had a 9-inning one to start things off, then had about an hour break and defeated the Aztec Tigers in regulation. So they've already played 16 innings before they even got to this game, and now we're in the bottom of the third. So now, she hit her. So hit by pitch right in her right in her chest, it looked like. She turned like she was going to swing, and the ball hit her. So the 1-out hit by pitch puts a runner down at first base, and they're going to make sure she's okay. And that'll bring number 12, Larissa Rueda, to the plate. She's 0 for 1. She hit into a fielder's choice her first time through. She steps in to hit by pitch. Lopez seems to be okay. Maddie waiting on her signal. Now she has it. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, pop fly, out to center field, and stepping a little bit to her left, and then throwing it to first base behind the runner was Kenna Morrison. That's out number 2 on the lazy can of corn. Wind blew it. Looked like she was just going to camp out and catch it, but she had to start fading towards right field to her left. But she makes the play, and the batter holds up, or the runner holds up at first base. So 2 down now, and at the plate, number 1. Well, shoot, I don't know. It may still be messed up. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, foul. Oh, no, she bunted it out in front. And she is safe at first. It was kind of a swinging bunt. See if you can tell who that is. Is that number 1 that just got that? Pam and I are both looking in. And I don't think it was. Well, I don't know. That's what I'm going to say it was. So she gets the infield hit on 2 outs. A little slow roller to the first baseman. And so now runners at first and second, and at the plate, Vanessa Lucero. She's 0 for 1, struck out swinging her first time through. Here's the wind and the pitch. Just missed outside, ball 1. Where? At first. Pam confirmed it is number 1, so I didn't have my base runner, my lineup out of order. So at the plate is Lucero. Ball 1 to her, and now the 1-0. Swing, a pop fly to the left side. Zoe Warren comes in and makes the play, and that will end the threat on the pop fly over to left field. Zoe comes up, makes the play. So as we go into the top of the 4th inning, in that inning there was 1 hit, but no runs, no errors, and 2 runners left on. We'll be back. Bulldogs coming to the plate with Caden Apodaca.
Our water rights in southeast New Mexico are our most precious resource. But Steve McCutcheon doesn't care. He got caught red-handed for lying, cheating, and stealing our water and is under a cease and desist order from the state of New Mexico. He originally applied for a livestock water permit. Then he switched to a personal use permit. But the whole time, he was selling it commercially to the tune of 2.7 million gallons of water. He knew exactly what he was doing. In August of last year, he got caught, but he has yet to pay back what the state has ordered, over 5 million gallons of water that he owes to the people of Eddy County. To steal drinking water for profit hurts us all. To do so brazenly speaks to the character of Steve McCutcheon. Character matters. This election, say no to a candidate with character so corrupt he would steal our water to line his pockets. Say no to Steve McCutcheon.
Paid for by the committee to elect Larry R. Scott.
All right, Bulldog fans, we are back. Coming to the plate for Artesia will be number 23, Caden Apodaca, to lead things off. Thank you, honey. I'm not calling all of you honey that are listening. I was talking to my wife and she got me, handed me a bottle of water. Here's the pitch. Hard hit. Foul down the line, left side for strike 1. So strike 1 to Caden. On deck is Rodriguez and then the whole Lujan for the Bulldogs. They got to get a run across to tie it, 2 to take the lead. There's a hit swing. It's a fly ball out to right field, and the right fielder with a hand up had to adjust at the last minute and made a great catch. Almost got over her head, but it didn't. And that is out number 1 on the deep fly ball. Right fielder put her hand up, was trying to find that ball, the sun in her eyes. She had to kind of jump at the last minute, and her hand kind of almost an over-the-shoulder catch, but she reels it in. And so 1 out for Kinsley Rodriguez coming to the plate. She is 1 for 1, is Kinsley. She stroked it to right field her first time through. Here's the pitch, down and in, ball 1. Lujan on deck and De La Riva in the hole. Bulldogs here in the top of the 4th inning, down by 1. Silver City 1, Artesia 0. And a time taken for the third baseman. Now she's taken her belt off. So we had a belt added in the last game, and now the third baseman takes her belt off, so timeout called. 1-0 at the plate. Kinsley ready to go. Here's the wind in the pitch from Alvarado. Right down the middle, called strike 1. All right, so Kinsley steps back in. 1-1 the count. Alvarado ready to go. Here's the wind in the pitch. High. Boy, it got away from her. That sailed about 15 feet high for ball 2. 2-1 the count. All right, so they gather that ball up and get it back out to the pitcher. Alvarado does. Lucero, the catcher. And here's the 2-1. Swung on. It's a chopper. Second hop to the shortstop. Fires it to first in time. And that is an out on the ground out. 6-3 for out number 2. So the Bulldogs now with 2 outs look to do something as Michaela Lujan will come to the plate. The wind kind of a cross breeze blowing across to right field and really messing with the ball when it's up in the air. It can be hard on the batters to get anything out. And there's a swing and a foul tip straight back from Michaela. Strike 1. She's 1 for 1. She doubled her first time through. She steps back in after they get this ball out to the pitcher. Lucero went and got it and get it back out to her battery mate Alvarado. Rueda, Rueles, Lopez, and Sanchez third to first. Here's the pitch, swing, and that's going to be a ground ball or a loop up the middle for a 2-out base hit. So Michaela now 2 for 2 and a 2-out single. Tying run is what she represents over at first base. And now coming to the plate will be the DP, number 18, Elizabeth De La Riva for the Bulldogs. She's 0 for 1. She hit into a fielder's choice her first time through. And again, we got a timeout, something going on the field over there, but now they got it figured out. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's going to be in the back-to-back base hits. A single up the middle into center field on a straight line shot. So back-to-back base hits with 2 outs. Bulldogs cooking here. They need to get these runs in and take the lead. Coming to the plate for the Bulldogs, the left fielder, number 13, Zoe Warren. She line drived out to the center fielder, kind of right center where she hit it. It kept fading on her, going over to the right side. As she steps in 0 for 1, but looking to drive one somewhere. And the pitch down and in, ball 1. So 1-0 the count. Zoe steps back in. On deck is the top of the order, Kenna Morrison, and then Perseus Aguilar in the hole. The pitch right down the middle, called strike 1. 1-1 now to Zoe. She'll step back in, ready to go. Wants to drive one somewhere. Has runners at first and second with 2 outs. That's a ground ball right to the shortstop. She's going to toss it to second base, and that is out number 3. The Bulldogs, they get a couple in a row, and then they just can't piece them together. So the ground out, 6-4, leaves 2 runners stranded. Bulldogs get 2 hits, but no runs, no silver errors, and 2 runners left on the base path. It is going. We're going into the bottom of the 4th. 1-0, Silver.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
Hey Artesia Bulldog fans, are you ready to unleash the spirit of victory this season? Tate Branch Auto Group is proud to stand alongside the Bulldogs as they charge onto the field, court, and track. Just like our commitment to delivering top-notch vehicles and service, your dedication and passion for the Bulldogs inspire us every day. Visit Tate Branch Auto Group today, either in person or online, because when it comes to supporting the Bulldogs, we're all in. Tate Branch Auto Group, revving up the Bulldog pride. Go Bulldogs!
Welcome back here to KSVP Radio, KSVPTV.com. We're on Facebook and YouTube as well. Joby Hodling here on the call as we're at the Cleveland High School varsity field at the fourplex in the game that determines who gets to play Gallup in the morning for the state title. Silver and Artesia, Silver City at the plate with their pitcher, Alvarado. First pitch, missed outside, ball 1. She is 0 for 1. She grounded out her first time through. And I saw Aguilar turn around and say, how far did that miss? Or I'm not sure that's what she said, but she definitely turned around and asked the umpire something. All right, here's the pitch. And that's too high and outside, ball 2. So on deck is Jalen Sanchez, and in the hole, Sophia Nemeth for the Fighting Colts. 2-0 the count. Martinez ready to step back onto the pitcher's plate. She gets her sign, and here's the motion. Swung on, good changeup. She was way out in front, strike 1. 2-1 now, the count. So we have Tucker in right, Morrison in center, and Warren in left. Apodaca, Lujan, Carlo Rodriguez from first to third. The catcher, of course, Aguilar, and the pitcher, Maddie Martinez. Here's the 2-1. And she did not cut at it, and it's called a strike. So caught that outside corner. Boy, that was just like the first pitch she threw when Aguilar turned around and asked the umpire. That time called a strike. So 2-2. It looked very similar from out here where I'm at. And I got a pretty good view of home plate. I'm off to the left side of the pitcher a little bit. Swing and a foul tip back. Good job fouling that off by Alvarado. She spoiled a beautiful pitch from Martinez. So the count stays at 2-2. She went right back to the same spot, did Maddie. And that time, her opposite, Ariel Alvarado, the pitcher for Silver City, got an end of the bat on it to stay alive. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swing and a foul tip, or pop off to the right side and out of play. So she, again, stays alive. The count remains 2-2. Everybody gets back set. New ball out to Madison, and she'll step back onto the pitcher's plate. Well, she's actually waiting, and now she's getting her sign from Aguilar. Here's the wind in, the 2-2. Swung on. It's a fly ball out to right, and going back, it's over her head. Tucker couldn't get her hand on it. That's going to be an extra base hit. She's going to go all the way to third. So a leadoff triple. Tucker was playing her pretty shallow and turned and tried to get there, but got over her head for the leadoff triple. So that'll bring Jalen Sanchez to the plate. She's 0 for 1, struck out swinging her first time. She's bats in the 7th hole. Right fielder Sophia Nemeth on deck, and Mia Sanchez, the left fielder, in the hole. And a long time wait. Well, do they have a change? Or do they have a courtesy runner come in? They must have for the pitcher, and I can't see who it is, but there was a courtesy runner coming in for Alvarado over at third base. So the Bulldogs looking to keep her there, but they're not playing up. So maybe conceding the run on an infield hit, or, you know, a bouncer inside. Ball one, as that ball bounced up there to Sanchez. So the shortstop and the second baseman playing back at normal depth. So yeah, they're going to concede the run. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on. It is a ground ball. And she does go home with it, and she got her. She's out at home plate. Good job by Kinsey Carlo playing back. Gets the ball and fires it home, and then a fantastic tag put down by Perseus Aguilar, and they get her. I thought they were conceding the run, and I think so did Silver. And so maybe not quite the hustle, but she looked like she was hustling. She's out at home, and the home plate umpire getting an earful from the Silver City coach. He's out there arguing, but I don't think that's going to be changed. So the infield, it's a 6-2 put out on the fielder's choice, and a fantastic throw by the shortstop, Kinsey Carlo. She put it on the dot, and putting the tag down perfectly was Perseus Aguilar. So they get that leadoff triple, get her at home. And the runner is safe at first, but man, what a play by the Bulldogs, 6-2. And so Sanchez at first, 1 out, and Sophia Nemeth at the plate. She is 0 for 1. She flew out to Michaela Lujan just out in the green there behind second. This time she's going to hit it right at Michaela. She'll pick it up and go to first in time. For out number 2, she didn't quite have time to get her at second because it was kind of a slow bouncer, but it is a sure out at first. So again, on the fielder's choice, she goes 4-3. And so safe at second, but out at first, and I got to fix that. It didn't do it right on my scoreboard. So back at the plate is Mia Sanchez, the left fielder. So let me see here. Out at first, ground out, 4-3 on the fielder's choice. All right, so Sanchez will step in. And the pitch, she's going to do a little blooper, and it's caught! Snow-coned by the shortstop, Kinsey Carlo. What a great play. She goes up and gets that. And that is out number 3. What a good play. She had to go up the ladder to get that, and it snow-coned it, but she is out. And so they end up getting 1 hit, but no runs. 1 runner left on base, and no Bulldog errors as we go into the top of the 5th. 1-0 in favor of the Fighting Colts. We'll be right back.
Transparency and accessibility. Those 2 words are what you deserve out of your sheriff's office in this county. I'm Matt Hutchinson, and I'm running to be your next sheriff in Eddy County. I'm proud to have served Eddy County for the last 17 years, with the last 2 years as undersheriff with Sheriff Mark Cage. We have a proven record of enforcing the law and fighting for your rights. I'm asking for your vote so that we can continue the excellence you have come to expect in Eddy County.
Paid for by the committee to elect Matthew Hutchinson Sheriff, Kim Ballard, Treasurer.
The Artesia Police Department wants to remind you to lock up your vehicles, take your keys with you, and never leave valuables in your vehicle. If you're looking for a rewarding career in law enforcement, the Artesia Police Department is looking for you. The department is currently hiring certified and uncertified officers. Take advantage of a great retirement plan, paid leave, and medical benefits. Apply in person, online, or call 575-746-5000 for more information. The Artesia Police Department is an equal opportunity employer. And please always remember, don't drink and drive.
All right, we're back after two beautiful plays by Kenzie Carlo. First, looked like we were conceding run, and she fires at home and gets that triple out at home and then goes up the ladder for out number 3. This is going to be hit hard into left field by the leadoff batter, Kenna Morrison. She was 1 for 2 coming to the plate, and first pitch she sees, she ropes it between short and third for a leadoff single. Boy, the Bulldogs need to capitalize on these, and I bet they do, as they've been getting on but just not been able to get anybody in. Artesia Aguilar will step in. She's 0 for 2, hit into a fielder's choice and a ground out. But she's looking to drive the runner around. She fly ball foul off to the right side for strike 1. On deck is Kenzie Carlo, and in the hole, Maddie Martinez. So right in the meat of our order, 2, 3, 4 batters. Actually, leadoff batter. Kenna drives one into left field for the leadoff single. Here's the pitch. Bounces it up there, gets away. And going to go from first to second is Morrison, round second, and then she'll stop there as the catcher found the ball back there. So ball 1, but Kenna moves over to second in scoring position to tie the ball game up on a wild pitch. So the Bulldogs at it now, nobody out, tying run at second in scoring position, and the go-ahead run with Artesia Aguilar at the plate. Top of the 5th inning. Here's the wind and the pitch from Alvarado. Down and in, ball 2. Oh, she called that a strike. Whoa, strike 2. I heard the going all the way from here from Bulldog fans. But the umpire called it a strike, so it is 1-2 now to Artesia. She'll have to cover the plate. Here's the wind and the pitch. High and away, ball 2. 2-2 now the count. Carlo on deck and Martinez in. There's a cloud right now over the sun. Boy, that's nice. Chance for Pam to put down her arm, and she's been holding the umbrella over me. So I can see ball 3 up and away. Full count now for Aguilar. There's one big cloud just sitting in front of the sun. Maybe it'll just stay there, Pam, the rest of the day. Cooling us off, and she don't have to have the umbrella over me. Here's the wind and the payoff pitch. She's going to foul ball that. Oh, no, she hit it right to the first baseman. Little slicer out, number 1 on the line drive. But still at second base is the leadoff batter, Kenna Morrison. So want to drive her home and get at least the tying run on the board. Pam, it's moving. Gonna have to bring the umbrella back. All right, here's Kenzie. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit. That's a base rip. That's going to score the run, as I think she's going to turn and go, and she does. And going into second with the double is Kenzie Carlo. You see her make 2 big defensive plays and then come out and drive the first home run for the Bulldogs. Home RBI for the Bulldogs on a double into the left center gap. And it's tied up, and she traded spots with the leadoff batter, Kenna Morrison. And so what that means is we got a runner in scoring position again, and that's the go-ahead run. Maddie Martinez at the plate. Swing and a miss. Good cut, but come up empty, did Maddie. She's 0 for 2. She's grounded out and flew out. So she's definitely due for a base rip. Carlo at second. 1-1 is our score here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be called strike 2. Said it caught that outside corner. So 0-2 now the count. So Martinez will step in and cover the plate here. Here's the 0-2. Swing, and it's a ground ball to the first baseman. She bobbles it, finally picks it up and tags first. But moving over to third easily was Kenzie. So the ground ball, first baseman did a good job knocking that down, and then finally found the handle. Had a lot of time, as charging down the baseline was Maddie Martinez, but she was right on the base, so the ball was there, and she finally found the handle and picked it up and tagged first base. So that brings Caden Apodaca to the plate. She'll look at ball one. I was waiting for the umpire because it was inside. The umpire's kind of been calling that one a strike, but it was too far off the plate inside. So Caden can get the go-ahead run across here. The Bulldogs will be leading. Got her 60 feet away. Swung, boy, she ripped that, but fouled down the left field line. Boy, that hard. Just a long foul ball strike. The wind has died down just a little bit. It's still blowing as I look up at the American flag. It's still coming out to right field, kind of a cut across this this playing field. So it's kind of been hurting batters, helping the pitchers as it knocks the ball down, pushes it to right field, or the right way. Here's the pitch, swung on, right to the shortstop, one hop, and she is out. Boy, the Bulldogs tie it up, but trying to get that go-ahead and unable to. 6-3 on the ground out is the play, but it is tied as Artesia gets 2 hits, 1 run scored, no errors, and 1 runner left on base as we go into the bottom of the 5th. 1-1, Silver City and Artesia.
What happened to Larry Scott?
What do you mean?
Larry's attacking his opponent over a water violation that resulted in no monetary fine, while Scott himself has over 10 state violations for his personal business.
That sounds hypocritical.
Right? And Larry's attacking others for receiving an appointment from Michelle Lujan Grisham. But he tried to get that same appointment from her and called himself a moderate in his job application to get it.
Wow. If the appointment was so bad, why did Larry apply for it?
There's more. Larry joined Michelle Lujan Grisham to give free health care to illegals, then said it was to keep rural hospitals open.
Yeah, right.
And he's voted to raise taxes 8 times, but in 10 years in Santa Fe has never even sponsored a bill on border security. But of course, now that it's campaign season, he's talking tough on the border.
Seriously? What's happened to Larry?
After 10 years in Santa Fe, it's clear Larry has lost his way.
It's settled. I'm voting for Senator McCutcheon. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
All right, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The first batter is going to look at a called ball one, a little bit high and tight on the lefty Maria Ruelas. She wears number 5. She's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out as she steps back in on the left side. Martinez has thrown now 34. Well, that's probably not right because I didn't get all that first inning stuff correct. There's a strike right down the middle. 1-1 now the count to Ruelas at the plate. So I don't have the proper pitch count. Sorry about that. All right, here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on. It's a ground ball right to the second baseman. And Lujan does what second baseman do. She went to one knee, fielded it on the second hop, stood up, threw it to first base, and there is out. Number 1 on the ground out. Good play. Routine. 4-3. 1 down. So that brings us to this number 2 batter in the lineup, second baseman, number 9, Braylon Lopez. She is 1 for 1. She singled and has been hit by a pitch. Here's the pitch. Turns to bunt, and it's a little pop fly bunt, and it is foul. Boy, good job there by Princess Aguilar. She almost got to that. That was a tough play. She didn't get it, but almost did. Made a great effort. This is the second game today for Silver City, the 3rd game today for the Bulldogs. And they played a 9-inning game in the first one against Lovington, and then they played a full 7 in the second game against Aztec. And now there's going to be a swing. It's a ground ball to the pitcher. She'll pick it up, throw it to first, and that is out number 2. Martinez to Apodaca on the slow roller. Just to the right of Maddie. She picks it up and tosses it over to first base, and 2 down. So to the plate comes Larissa Rueda. She is 0 for 2, a fielder's choice and a fly out to Kenna Morrison in center. She steps in on the right side. It's tied up 1-1. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Winner goes to play Gallup in the championship game in the morning. First pitch called, strike 1 on the outside half. Good pitch there by Maddie. Warren, Morrison, Tucker left to right. Rodriguez, Carlo, Lujan, Apodaca third to first. Aguilar catching, and Martinez in the circle. Forgot to give that a couple innings. Try to keep you updated. Here's the wind in the pitch. Whoa, just off the plate. Close, but ball one. 1-1 now the count. I talked about this in the last game. Our pitchers down in the southeast corner anyway, a lot of those are called strikes. But a little bit tighter zone on the outside corner up here in Albuquerque, or actually in Rio Rancho. What are you? Swing and a miss, strike two. And my mom was walking, and I told her stop. She just walked right in front of me, right on the pitch. So I missed it, but I saw her in her backswing, so strike two. She's just laughing. Silly mom. All right, here's the 1-2. Martinez ready to go. And that's on that outside edge, but called the ball. So too far out there, 2-2. Now the count. I'm still cracking up at my mom, Twilight Ann, as I put my hand up and told her wait, and she was looking right at me, just smiled and walked right in front of me. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be a fly ball. That's going to be, it's the top of the fence in right center. She's going to second. Oh, if we'd have found the handle, we might have had a play, but Tucker couldn't find it. She missed it, and then finally throws it in. She was kind of trotting into second base. I think we might have had her, but it didn't get out of the ballpark. It hit the top rail and bounced back in for a 2-out double. Wow, I thought that was a home run, but it hits the top of the fence for Rueda, the third baseman, and now she's going to be run for. And number 14 coming in to run, so that's a pinch runner because Rueda plays third base. So coming in to run is Estrella Orozco. They want to get her home and take the lead back. It's 1-1, and Artesia, of course, wants to leave her stranded there as the center fielder, Hannah Abeta, the number 4 batter in the lineup, steps in, and she is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Here's the pitch. Strike one called on the outside half. Great pitch there from Maddie Martinez. So, wow, big swing and a 2-out double off the top rail for the Colts with I said 2 outs. Martinez wanted to keep that runner right where she's at, the courtesy runner, Estrella Orozco, in at second base. Here's the wind in the 0-1. Swing and a miss, got her to wave at one. Great pitch, dove away from the batter, and she took a cut at it, kind of a wave, and now it's 0-2 to Hannah Abeta. So she don't want to leave one hanging here. She's 2 for 2 at the plate, so Maddie wants to try to get her to chase something with an 0-2 count. She don't want to give her just a piped one to let her get a hit. And that's a fly ball out the center field, back, and now it's coming in, and that's out number 3. Morrison picks it up out there and catches it. I said picked it up in the air, found it, camped out under it, and so there is a hit, but no runs, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Top of the 6th, we head with Rodriguez, Lujan, and De La Riva coming to the plate.
Paul tells us in 1 Thessalonians to pray continually. See, prayer is simply having an honest conversation with God. It's me talking to God and asking God, here's things that are concerning to me. Maybe they're worrisome to me. Maybe it's me just praising God for the weather or the rain or an answered prayer. Isn't it nice that God has given us this form of communication for you and I to stop during the day and to spend some time talking to the Creator, talking to the one that sustains us and the one that blesses us. And so are you in prayer? Do you spend time talking to God and asking God and thanking God and praising Him for those many things? If prayer is not a part of your life, please come visit us at the Hermosa Church of Christ and let us help you add prayer.
All right, welcome back here to Cleveland High School. We are on Field 1, which is the varsity field, turf. kind of a golden infield and a green outfield, of course, with their Cleveland Storm emblem out in center field. And to the plate for the Bulldogs, third baseman Kinsley Rodriguez. She's 1 for 2. Here's the first pitch, and it bounces up there inside for ball 1. On deck, Michaela Lujan, and in the hole, Elizabeth De La Riva for the Bulldogs as they want to get the go-ahead run. It's all tied up 1-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Winner advances to play Gallup. Here's the pitch, swung on. It's a fly ball right out towards us. The center fielder fades over to the left, to her right. Actually, to her left, right field, and that is out number 1 on the lazy fly ball. He just kept kind of fading away from her, tailing away from her, but she was able to go get it pretty easily as it was high. She had plenty of time. That wind has almost died now, just a slight breeze. And at the plate for the Bulldogs is Kayla Lujan. She's 2 for 2, a double and a single. She looks at strike 1 on the inside. She had to move back, but I guess she was up on top of the plate because the umpire said strike 1. So Michaela will step back in with 1 out. Here's the wind and the pitch. Down and in, ball 1, 1-1. Now the count to Lujan. De La Riva on deck and Warren in the hole. For Artesia, the 8-9 hitters. They try to get something going here with 1 out. Swung on. It's a fly ball deep to left field. The left fielder back. It goes off the fence. Michaela will go into second base with a 1-out double. Boy, she is on fire since hitting that home run in the first game this morning. She just belted that over the left fielder's head off the fence for a stand-up 1-out double. That'll bring Elizabeth De La Riva to the plate. She is 1 for 2, hit into a fielder's choice and then singled, and a single here likely will score the go-ahead run, who stands at second base in the form of Michaela Lujan. The wind in the pitch, a little bit high, a little bit outside, ball 1 to De La Riva. On deck is Warren. In the hole at the top of the order, Kenna Morrison. As the Bulldogs want to work here, they want to get some more runs. They want to get the go-ahead and more. Here's the pitch. Swing, and it's a chopper. Coach Polito will field it over there in the third base coaching box. So 1-1 now the count. As that was hit right at her. She kind of bobbled it, but fielded it, knocked it down on the second hop. Here's the pitch, fly ball, foul, and that will get out of the infield, or out of the park, I mean. So a foul ball, strike 2. 1-2 now the count. All right, so Elizabeth steps back in. Alvarado has a new ball. Here's the 1-2. Inside, she swung on it anyway. Wow. So she fouls it back. It was in on her hands. I think it was a ball, but foul ball will be just a foul ball strike. So the count remains 1-2. She didn't want to let it go by and be called a strike. Probably a good swing. She fought it off. Spoiled a good pitch. Here's the pitch. That's way outside, ball 2. So 2-2 now for Elizabeth at the plate with the go-ahead run at second base in the form of Michaela Lujan. And the pitch. Oh, delayed call, strike 3 on that outside edge, strikeout looking, and that is out number 2. And to the plate comes Zoe Warren. She wants to drive in Lujan and take the lead here, get the 2-out RBI, so Warren will step in. She's 0 for 2. She line drive to the shortstop, or to the center fielder, and then there's called strike 1 down the middle, and then grounded out to the shortstop. So she's due 0 for 2. And 0-1 now at the plate is Zoe with the go-ahead run at second. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swing, and that's going to be a base hit. That's going to be a gapper. It gets by the right fielder. Zoe will turn. That's a 2-out double and an RBI and the go-ahead run as the Artesia Bulldogs put it together. Finally, they've had opportunities, and that time they do with the gapper into left center field. RBI double for Zoe Warren, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. And so the Bulldogs take the lead. We're in the top of the 6th. My counterpart sitting here has been snoozing, I guess, because I say it every 2 minutes. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a rope, and that's another base hit. Zoe will turn, They're going to play at the plate. Did they get her? No, she is safe and going to second and now going to third. Get down, and she is out at third. Oh, no. So run into the third out on a great hit out to left field. She moved to second on the throw and then kept running. So the double is an RBI for Kenna, but then thrown out at third base on the throw. So Kenna tried to stretch it and got tagged out over at third base. But boy, the Bulldogs do some damage. So let me get the stuff here. 2 runs off of 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll be right back. It's 3-1 Bulldogs.
This is Senator Stephen McCutcheon. My family's been ranching in southeast New Mexico for a long time. We've learned the value of faith, hard work, and honesty. I knew this campaign would be tough, but I never thought my wife and children would be attacked and my character questioned. My opponent, Larry Scott, is shamefully accusing me of stealing water. In reality, I published that water notice publicly and have nothing to hide. Larry simply can't defend his record and trying to draw attention away from that fact. He consistently votes against our values, raising taxes 8 times, implementing critical race theory, and a 10-year record of open border policies. Just like I learned on the ranch, character is taking responsibility for your actions. Larry, it's time to face the music. We cannot defend our children, jobs, and way of life with behavior like this. To you, the voters, I've never lied to you, and I never will, period. Join me, conservative Senator Stephen McCutcheon, in defending our way of life. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions.
I'm not sure what just happened, but something. Was there a pitch thrown? You don't know, or there wasn't? All right, so at the plate is Vanessa Lucero, number 6. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 1. I was looking down my screen waiting to be able to go on, and when I looked up, I don't know if there was a pitch thrown or not, and okay, I'm not sure the count. I'll wait for the umpire, or maybe she'll just pop it up. Here's the wind in the pitch. Outside. So I've got that as ball 2. Did she put her hand up? What was it, 2-0? Okay, so Aguilar calls time. She goes out to talk to Maddie in the circle. So we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody out. The first batter, Vanessa Lucero, at the plate, which I believe has an 2-0 count. Maybe the umpire will tell us on this. 2-0. We were correct. Pamela had it. So Martinez ready to go. And the pitch. Strike. Did she not? Nope. Said it was too far outside. So ball 3. She stopped right in front of us. Oh. We're parked out here about 250 feet from home out in right center field, and so there's a lot of traffic, of course. We're right next door to the bathrooms and the food distributor. And the lady was walking. She just stopped right in front of me. There's a strike called on the inside corner. So 3-1 now the count. She was walking real slow, and I was watching her, and then she stopped right in front of me. That's funny. All right, so 3-1 now the count to the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 6th, Lucero. Maddie Martinez ready to go. Step back onto the plate and the pitch. Swung on, pop fly. Can they get to it? Yes, we can. Kinsley Rodriguez makes the play in foul territory for out number 1 between the third base line and the Silver City dugout. So that's out number 1. And that will bring to the plate number 3, the pitcher, Ariel Alvarado. She is 1 for 2, a ground out and a triple her last time up, and the Bulldogs ended up getting her at home on a fantastic play. Here's the pitch, swung on, pop fly, and Aguilar looks like she might have a chance. She caught it right against the fence. That is out number 2, And again, I'm 250 feet away, but she went straight back and right against the fence. She caught it, and that is out, number 2 on the pop fly, straight backwards. So good job keeping her concentration. She had to run to the fence and then stop, and the ball came down between the fence and her, and she caught it. And I bet there wasn't a foot difference. It looked like she was not going to be able to catch it from where I'm at, but she did. And so at the plate is Sanchez. Here's the pitch. A little bit wide, ball 1. Jalen Sanchez is the first baseman. She's 0 for 2, a strikeout, and hit into a fielder's choice. So she steps back, and Martinez back onto the pitcher's plate. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So 1-1 now the count to the batter with 2 outs. Silver City's had luck here the last couple innings getting some 2-out hits, but Bulldogs going to try to cut that out right here in the bottom of the 6th, leading 3-1. Martinez has pitched fantastic. Great defense behind her. That's fouled back. So a foul ball strike keeps the count, or takes the count to 1-2 now on the batter. I mean, some really good defense by the Artesia Bulldogs here in this ball game. And Maddie pitching great in the circle. Bulldogs lead 3-1. They're trying to get back to Gallup, who beat them yesterday in their second game to put them in the consolation bracket. There's a ground ball. Shortstop, Carlo will pick it up, throw it to first. In time, she got her, and that is out. Number 3 on the ground out. 6-3 the ground out. First base coach did not like it, but it, to me, looked like she had her by a full step. And so the Bulldogs will come into the top of the 7th with the lead 3-1. They want to add to that, get some insurance runs. Coming to the plate for the Bulldogs, Aguilar, Carlo, Martinez. The meat of the order. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Be right back.
Why are outside special interest groups attacking conservative Candy Spence-Ezell? The PAC attacking Candy Spence-Ezell is funded by pro-marijuana politicians from Albuquerque and Las Cruces, who recently voted for free college for illegal immigrants and putting feminine products in boys' bathrooms in our schools. This effort is being directed by the disgraced senator who currently occupies this seat, who can't win another election after getting caught cheating on his wife with a teenager in Santa Fe. But he can't let go of power, so he's desperate to have his own puppet candidate win this seat. That's why they're lying about Candy Spence-Ezell's long-standing conservative record. Don't let them get away with flat-out lies. Candy Spence-Ezell has an unmatched record of fighting for our rights and our way of life. Get out to vote early, and when you do, vote for conservative Republican Candy Spence-Ezell for State Senate.
Paid for by Candy Spence-Ezell for State Senate District 32.
All right, we're back here at the top of the 7th inning, and to the plate comes the leader of the Bulldogs, Perseus Aguilar. She has led basically in every category at the plate. Home runs, average, slugging percentage. She hits that hard, but the shortstop is able to field it and get her at first base for out number 1. Boy, she hit that hard, and the shortstop caught that hop in self-defense and then made a good play. So that is out number 1 on the first pitch. 6-3 the put out for the Colts. Ruiz really did catch that defensively. It was hit on a rope and bounced one bounce. She kind of had to catch it or eat it, and she caught it and threw it to first base. And that'll bring Kinsey Carlo to the plate. She looks at ball 1 high. She is 2 for 3, a ground out, a triple, and a double. She's got an RBI. One of the 3 batted in. Actually, she may have 2 of them. Here's the 1-0, and that bounces up there for ball 2. On deck for the Bulldogs is the pitcher, Maddie Martinez, and in the hole, the first baseman, Apodaca. If the Bulldogs can hold on and win this ball game, they will play Gallup tomorrow morning in the championship game. Swung on, fly ball off to the right side. That will get out of play for a foul ball strike, and that'll take the count to 2-1. Carlo will step back in. 3-1 Bulldogs lead off 11 hits. We're in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It's a ground ball. And that is foul on the third base side. So just a foul ball strike. So now 2-2 to Kinsey. Bulldogs able to win this. It has been a great day for Bulldog sports. But we're not out of the woods yet. We lead 3-1 here in the top of the 7th, but Silver City gets another at bat at it, and that ball is outside for ball 3, so a full count now to Kinsey. And you can't ever count Silver City out. They're going to battle and scratch and try to get back in this ball game, or try to get some runs and win it, actually. Here's the pitch, payoff, swung on, hit well, right at us, but not deep enough as the right fielder. Oh, they run into each other. The ball falls. That's an error, and sliding into second base as the left fielder and the center fielder collide. They're not hurt, but maybe their feelings, because the ball falls to the ground. So it wasn't a double, it was an error, as the ball was hit the center fielder's glove, and she ran into the left fielder. And so the error, I'm going to say, was caused by, well, I don't know who I'll say it was caused by. They ran into each other. I think the right fielder. There's a swing, and it's hit right at the second baseman for out number 2. She dives. Oh, he said she got her at second base. So, again, we were picked off twice like that yesterday, and the second baseman catches the line drive. Kinsey is doubled up at second base. So we'll go into the bottom of the 7th inning with the score 3-1, Artesia. Silver City down to their final 3 outs. Bulldogs lead by 2. We'll be back.
Want to guess who supports Larry Scott's conservative record? Why, it's his opponent, Stephen McCutcheon. Listen to Stephen McCutcheon in his own words just a few months ago praising Larry Scott.
I'll bet you there's probably, on 97 votes out of 100, Larry and I would probably just line right up. We would. I don't have any problem with what Larry's done in the House. He has done an exceptional job, and he has an exceptional wealth of knowledge. He's got a ton of experience.
So why is Stephen McCutcheon's campaign now lying about Larry Scott's distinguished 10-year conservative voting record? Simple. Because Stephen McCutcheon will say anything to get ahead, even lying and impugning the conservative record of Larry Scott. In this election, vote for Larry Scott, because he is the conservative you can trust. But don't take our word for it.
He has done an exceptional job.
Paid for by the committee to elect Larry R. Scott.
This is KSVP and K229AS Artesia.
Grabbed Pam by the arm and said, I'm going to squeeze a little harder with each out. We're 3 outs away from going to the championship game. The Bulldog baseball's already in it. Bulldog baseball team already in the championship game tomorrow. Sophia Nemeth will lead off. She's the number 8 hitter, the right fielder. 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Both to Michaela Lujan. First pitch, that's a fly ball to center field. Moving over just a little bit to her left for out number 1 is Kenna Morrison on 1 pitch. So now the Bulldogs down to 2 outs to move on to the championship game. And coming to the plate will be number 8, Mia Sanchez. She bats from the left side. She's the left fielder, and she's 0 for 2. She's hit a line drive and a fly out, both to Kenzie Carlo. She'll step in. Maddie Martinez working hard. Here's the wind and the pitch. And that bounces up there for ball 1. So 1-0 the count. On deck is the top of the order, Maria Ruiz, and then Braylon Lopez in the hole. Bulldogs, of course, don't want to get to the number 2 batter. They want to get these 3 up, 3 down, and move on to the championship game. They'll have to beat Gallup twice, whoever wins this game. That ball a little bit high. Ball 2, and the Mia Sanchez taking steps there like a slap shot hitter. I don't think she's been doing that, but that time she did. So just trying to get on with a slap shot, as they got to get 2 runs to keep playing. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is the slap shot right at Apodaca, out number 2, as Caden fields it on the second hop. And we're down to our final out. The Bulldogs looking to move on to the state title. If they can get 1 more out and no runs, it's 3-1 Artesia. They can actually give up 1 and still win. And now Maria Ruiz, the leadoff batter. She's 1 for 3 with a single, a ground out, and a ground out, both to Michaela Lujan. Her single was a little bloop fly over Michaela's head, so she's hit it from the left side 3 times that way. Michaela's thrown her out twice and then couldn't quite get to the little bloop. Here's the pitch, low and away, ball 1 for Maddie Martinez. So everybody will reset. Maddie already ready to go. Well, nope, she's maybe a change of pitch. Now she steps onto the pitcher's plate. And the pitch. Strike called. Nice pitch. Just run it in on her hands for the inside pitch to the left-hander. And the count now 1-1. So down to their final out are the Colts. Maddie looking in to get her pitch from Perseus. She now has it. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit well, but not well enough. And that's it. The Bulldogs win. Right field. Haley Tucker reels it in. And Artesia will move on to the state championship tomorrow against the Gallup Bengals. They got to beat them twice, but we're there. The Bulldogs are celebrating, and they win. And I'm going to go ahead and take a break. When I come back, I'll kind of finish out here. But Bulldog baseball, Bulldog softball, and Bulldog track having a great weekend. Both the softball and the baseball teams in the state championship games tomorrow. And we'll talk a little bit more about that after this break. So stay right there. Bulldog softball on KSVP Radio, KSVPTV.com. Bulldogs win. Bulldogs win. We'll be right back.
It's time to spring into adventure with a new Chevy Silverado from Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia. This month, save 10% off MSRP on 2024 Silverado 1500 models when you trade in. We have the largest selection available, and our team of professionals are ready to assist you with your selection and the seamless buying experience that you deserve. We invite you to come see us today here on the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia or at GuyChevy.com.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, here to announce that our geraniums are ready. So now the great debate begins. Are they pink or are they raspberry sorbet? Are they orange or are they Caribbean coral? Well, whatever you call them, they're the prettiest geraniums anywhere. We raise them in our own greenhouse, then send them home with you to brighten up the world. So come get yours now while the selection is best. Don't worry about the silly names.
I heard that.
Yes, dear. Coming, dear. Right away, dear. Of course, you're right.
Are you or a loved one having a hard time getting to your medical appointments? At Artesia General Hospital, we believe that transportation should never be a barrier to good health. That's why we're excited to announce our new non-emergency medical transportation services. Each of our vans is wheelchair accessible, and our friendly certified drivers go the extra mile by meeting you at your doorstep and ensuring a comfortable ride to your Artesia General Hospital services. Rides are available Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Schedule your ride today by visiting artesiageneral.com/transportation or calling 575-736-8211.
Believe it or not, your home insurance company isn't evil. Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here. A lot of roofers make your insurance company out to be your enemy. They'll talk about fighting and battling your insurance to get you the claim you deserve. But honestly, your insurance company is a group of people just like you and me. That's why we don't treat your roof insurance claim like we're going to war. We treat it like a court case. We provide your insurance company every piece of evidence needed to get you the highest possible claim. We submit photos, videos, detailed documents, and line-by-line estimates. And guess what? Our non-combat approach works. On 92% of roof insurance claims, we get the highest amount the first time. And the rare times we don't, well then, that's when we go to bat for you. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring roof and gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
All right, Bulldog fans, what an exciting day here at the ballpark and in Albuquerque for the Bulldog baseball team and in UNM Lobos track field for the Bulldogs track team. Let me run down this game first. Our Silver City Fighting Colts were the 2 seed. They were defeated, or they were the 3 seed, defeated today by Gallup to get into this third game for the Bulldogs. They scored the opening run in the first inning. They led 1-0 until the 5th. The Bulldogs tied up on a run in the 5th, and that was the last run that Silver City got. They got 1 run off of 6 hits, 1 error on their team, and they leave 6 stranded. For the Lady Bulldogs, they get 3 runs off of 11 hits, no errors, and they leave 7 stranded. The winning pitcher for Artesia was Maddie Martinez. Had a great game and a great defensive game behind her. So the Bulldogs win 3 today. They win in big fashion in 9 innings in game 1 against their foe Lovington on a walk-off 3-run home run by Michaela Lujan to win 10-9 in game 1. Then they win game 2 against the Aztec Tigers. And now here in game 3, they win 3-1 against Silver City. So tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at Lobo Softball Field at UNM, the Artesia Bulldogs will be playing the Gallup Bengals in the state championship. Artesia has to win that game and then defeat them again. The second game, if they do win, will be at 2 p.m. at the same place there on the Lobo Softball Field. For the Artesia Bulldog baseball team, they win yesterday against St. Pius. They Bulldogs are the 5 seed. They defeat the 4 seed St. Pius Sartans yesterday to move on to play the 1 seed Goddard today, and they end up winning in 9 innings. So the Bulldogs softball and baseball teams both play extra innings, and Bulldogs win in that game. They win yesterday 4-0 over St. Pius, and then today in the semis they defeat the number 1 seeded Goddard Rockets 8-5, and Grants is playing Albuquerque Academy, the 2 seed Grants Pirates playing the 6 seed Albuquerque Academy Chargers tonight at 7. So the Bulldogs advance in 9 innings, 8-5 on the baseball field, and they will play that winner, either Grants or Albuquerque Academy, tomorrow at Santa Ana Star Field at 4 p.m. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover all those games for you right here, KSVP Radio, KSVPTV.com. We'll be on Facebook and YouTube as well, audio only everywhere. But we'll have them as the girls are playing at 10 in the first game of the championship, and the boys, and then play at 2 if they can get that win, and then the boys at 4. And I was going to do one more check and see if there was any more updates from the track meet, and I'm going to text my brother. We had 2 state champions today at the track meet. If you're just now hearing it, the Artesia Bulldogs, Zane Bays wins the mile with a 4.25. He is a state champion. And a sophomore wins the shot put for the Bulldogs. And that was Marco Soto winning the state championships. We got 2 state champions for the Bulldog track team. And they'll finish out tomorrow. And we're going to actually be there, my mom and my wife and I, and my brother and his wife and their kids, as Kale will be trying in the triple jump, and then we're going to watch as much of the track meet as we can besides Kale, and then we'll head over to Lobo Softball Field for the 10 a.m. game. I don't see any more updates, so on behalf of Gene back in the studio, who was having to run everywhere to keep these games online, great job, Gene. On behalf of him, my wife, who has been, you can't imagine how much help she's given me with my hand broken. I want to thank her, and of course my mom for moral support. This is Joby Hodling saying have a great evening Friday night, and we'll see you in the morning live from Albuquerque.
That concludes this presentation of sports on AM 990 and 93.7 FM KSVP. Sports on KSVP AM and FM is presented by Artesia Animal Clinic, Artesia Credit Union, Artesia Family Health Center and Presbyterian Medical Services, Artesia Ford Sales, Artesia General Hospital, Artesia Plumbing and Heating, Artesia Police Department, Big O Tires, Bob Reed Pest Control, Buckhorn Productions, LLC, Business Notions, Kane Electric Supply, Central Valley Electric, Cisco Equipment, Deans Incorporated, Devon Energy, Dooley's Auto Sales, Edge Safety, ENMU Portales and ENMU Roswell, Faith Baptist Church, Forest Tire, Guy Chevrolet, H&R Block of Artesia, Hermosa Church of Christ, HF Sinclair, Hawker & Sons, J&J Home Care, JS Ward, KFC of Artesia, LaFonda, Lois Oliver Real Estate, Poppin & Brown Dentistry, Pecos Valley Equipment, Pepsi, Pressure Services LLC, Primary Residential Mortgage, Richland Motors, Roger and Ramona Kilpatrick of Berkshire Hathaway Enchanted Lands, Roswell Seed Company, Smile Expressions, Southwest Printers, Sun Country Garden Center, Tate Branch of Artesia, Turpinning & Sons Mortuary, Trustmark Roofing, University of New Mexico, Wilbanks Trucking, and Zondi Stockton and State Farm of Artesia. Thanks for tuning into this presentation of sports on KSVP AM and FM. We now return you to your regular scheduled programming.
Then Walter Durante, the New York Times celebrated Pulitzer Prize-winning Moscow correspondent and the reigning Western popular authority on all things Bolshevik. On March 31, the Times carried Durante's now infamous piece, Russians Hungry But Not Starving, in which he disputed the facts of the famine, facts that he himself knew to be true and had frequently discussed in private conversations. Yes, there is hunger, Durante wrote, but the deaths were due to disease associated with malnutrition rather than to starvation itself. Shortages existed, but larger cities had food. The novelty of collective farming had simply made a mess of food production. And to bring the point home, Durante went further. He drew a catchphrase that by then had become his trademark. You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. That's his line, a line he likely transported from its Russian equivalent. When timber is cut, chips fly. That saying was widely used inside the country at the time to brush aside concerns with the disruptions and excesses of the revolution. He came to acquire sinister undertone in the country, forever associated with the millions of lives sacrificed on the altar of the communist revolution. But to Durante's audiences, the phrase seemed proof of his genius, scoring him numerous points with the admirers of the Soviet experiment. But Durante's job didn't end with denying the famine. It was also necessary to discredit the messenger. He painted Jones, the British reporter, as something of a youngster with an overactive imagination, suggesting that his entire Russian experience began and ended with a 3-week hike through the Ukrainian countryside. That's not correct. Jones had studied Russian at Cambridge and visited the country twice before, and he distorted and misrepresented Jones' arguments. In the end, it was Jones standing alone against the great Durante in the newspaper of record. The media scorned his reporting. Lloyd George distanced himself from him, making it even harder for